You know, we have talked a lot over the past few weeks about the 100-year milestone of the 19th Amendment, a woman's right to vote. And that's in the spotlight this week in one Delmarva. With us this afternoon is WRDE's Madeline Overturf from the WRDE studios in Milton. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great, Jimmy. How about yourself?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for talking to us, too. Now, you took a real close look at the suffrage movement on Delmarva. What'd you see?
It was really interesting, actually, Jimmy, because obviously we're looking back 100 years ago, and part of this piece is we interviewed Dr. Kara French at Salisbury University, and her office went and dug deep and found old newspapers and documents and showing what the suffrage movement was like on the Eastern Shore. And one of the things that's interesting is that women on Delmarva, specifically Maryland, were a little bit more advanced in the women's rights movement than other places across the country because there's a strong history of water women. You know, there's the watermen, water women, and a lot of the old hotels in Ocean City were actually run by women because their husbands were fishermen out to sea. So we saw that women were a little bit more independent from the beginning on Delmarva. And also interesting is in Maryland on the Eastern Shore, when women got the right to vote nationally, that was also extended to African American women, which was definitely not the case across the country, especially in the South. So Delmarva was pretty progressive, actually.
So you mentioned the African American women getting the right to vote. How did that differ from the rest of the country?
A lot of places across the country actually did not extend that right to African American women at first. Again, specifically in the South, similar to what you see in Jim Crow laws that came down. So really, Delmarva was unique in that way, shape, or form. But actually, Delaware, surprisingly, also was the first state, but was one of the last for women's suffrage. Delaware did not actually ratify the 19th Amendment until it was already national law. They had a lot of opposition to it. So one Delmarva, one peninsula, but very different takes from Delaware to Maryland.
How about that? Okay, so we talk a lot about looking back, but you also looked forward too.
Yeah, I spoke to a lot of young women who are very involved and very active, and for them, they say really the goal of the women's movement and what to do the next 100 years is to really find women's rights as human rights for everyone. You know, they say, hey, look, this is great. We love that there was the right to vote, though we know that from those 100 years ago, a lot of that was beneficiary to rich white women. They say we want to see that more extended to all women of every background, every ethnicity, every size, shape, and color. So they are really wanting to say, let's find a way that we can make this equal for all women, whether they are the primary breadwinner or whether they are a stay-at-home mom, whatever is making them happy. Let's find a way to really build everybody up. That's what the young women I spoke to want to do.
Okay, so I don't want you to give away everything because we want to watch it later tonight. We're going to talk about how we can watch it later on. But is there anything else that you can tell us about what we'll learn?
I think you'll learn a little bit more about the perspective of how women's rights evolved on Delmarva. And really, I think it's a good reminder for all of us, men and women, to see how far we have come and how really within my lifetime, within my mother's lifetime, my grandmother's lifetime, there's been a lot of strides, but there's still a lot more work to do. And there's some new programs, actually, that like the Delaware state government is offering to sort of empower women. So I won't give that away. You'll have to watch. Tonight, it will be on the WBOC News at 7 p.m. and then again on Thursday on WRDE Coast TV News, first at 5:30.
WRDE's Madeline Overturf, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks, Jimmy.